Hey, what's up guys, CMP Tech here with another video, and today we'll be reviewing the white and color ambient Philips Hue bulbs. Philips Hue is a system of Zigbee connected smart bulbs that sync with a central hub to give you full control over your lights using your smartphone. The Hue system has options for bulbs and lighting of just about every shape you can think of, but for this review we'll focus on the white and color ambient starter kit that uses version 2.0 of their hub and 3A19 bulbs. The Hue bulbs have become iconic in the smart home space, with their size and distinctive angular shape making them both instantly recognizable to the geeky crowd, but fairly nondescript to everyone else. I was actually pretty surprised by the size of everything when my starter kit arrived a few weeks ago. The box was much smaller than their previous packaging for version 1.0, and everything was displayed nicely inside when I opened things up. There were a few other surprises in store when I began setting everything up. For starters, the new hub is much smaller than I was expecting, which is beneficial for my already crowded networking shelf. It also looks much nicer than the random blocks of ugly plastic that some smart home systems expect you to use. I also discovered the Hue bulbs use thick frosted glass instead of a cheap clear glass or even plastic like lift bulbs. It feels more premium as a product and made me particularly fearful of dropping a $60 light bulb or putting these in a lamp that can frequently knock over if we're not careful. The base of these white and color ambience bulbs are painted in neutral silver, similar to the aluminum color of a MacBook or iMac. If you add their white balance bulbs to your system, you'll find a white base on those. The design of the bulbs itself may not matter if you plan to hide yours inside a fixture, but it's good to know if you plan to use them exposed. The silver on the bulbs I tested does a good job of blending in, since it tends to absorb and reflect the tone of its surroundings. Although the Hue system pairs with an unbelievable amount of apps and hubs, we'll cover that in a little, but you'll kick things off through Philips' official Hue app, at least for pairing and room setup. I'll cover the user experience in a bit, but the recently updated app for iOS is generally attractive and well designed, which I hear is a huge improvement on their previous app. Overall, the product and official app are as thoughtfully designed as you would hope for a premium smart home product. You can screw these in and use them immediately like normal light bulbs, but the real fun begins when you set up the bridge and pair your Hue system with your official app. Setting up the bridge is painless as long as it's easy to access your wireless router. It has an Ethernet port free. Simply plug the hub in, connect the Ethernet cable to your router, and follow the prompt in the Hue app to get going, which only involved pushing a button on the Hue bridge when prompted. After I was connected to the bridge, I was prompted to install a quick firmware update and to authorize my device with HomeKit since I'm using the system with iOS devices. The process was kind of easy, involving taking a quick pic of a code sticker on the bottom of the hub. Controlling your lights through the Hue app is simple, but it does take a little getting used to. You start by naming your lights and grouping your bulbs into rooms. From that point, you can turn your whole room on and off, change the dimness with a slider, and choose from several scenes or create your own to set your room up with a different color. You can also fine-tune every light in the room, turning them on and off individually, tweaking their color or white temperature, and even changing their dim level separately if you like. To work properly, Hue expects for its bulbs to be left on constantly, using either the app, your voice, or one of their custom switches to turn them on or change their settings. What this means is in practice that your family might constantly turn them off by accident, which means they don't respond to your commands until you turn them back on again. Also, not stateful like other color bulbs like lifts, meaning they reset every time they lose power. This isn't a big deal. I'm actually glad they default to the normal warm white light, but if your power kicks off in the night, it comes back on. Be ready for light at full blast. I found Hue to be especially great for bedrooms and bonus rooms environments where you frequently want to have ambient light or set the mood for a group gathering. They're a blast for a movie night and dance parties. More on that in a second. And just handy in general for the various white temperature and excelling dimming ability. Set them at daylight color temperature for full brightness while you're assembling furniture. Then set them to a soft warm light at 30% brightness when you're winding down with a Netflix later in the evening. It's those constant lighting tweaks that you'll find the most useful, and voice control is really, really fun with these little lights. Due to their excellent integration with Apple HomeKit, you can use Siri to turn lights on and off, set various levels of dimness, and even set the room to different scenes or preset list of common colors. That Siri control is great when Siri actually hears you. I haven't had a chance to test it yet, but the Hue app also includes the ability to schedule lights, turn them on automatically when you arrive home, even set an ambient sunrise and sunset effect to help you wake up or wind down. There's a lot of ways to enhance your life with Hue. Let's take a second to talk about those colors I keep mentioning. Color is a Hue system trademark feature. It does a good job with it most of the time. The A19 bulbs do seem to struggle with producing greens, light blue, and some levels of pink, though they knock everything else out of the park. There's also a limit to the brightness of certain shades of light that are produced, so you're not going to see the A19 bulbs 800 lumix max rating all across the board. Having access to all these colors and varying temperature of white light is fantastic. Some competing products like lift bulbs are more vibrant with an extended color range. The real reason you'll be drawn to color lighting systems like this is the potential of some serious fun. Think birthday parties, think Halloween and Christmas Eve. Think of using them with if this then that, for visual notification when someone tweets at you or you won an eBay auction. The Hue system doesn't feel affordable at first. At the initial starter kit purchase will likely be a tough pill to swallow, especially for families that are just starting to build smart home. Unless you catch a rare sale, you're looking at $199 to buy into the system, which isn't necessarily a bad value, it just requires you to make a larger initial purchase of 3 bulbs. Where hubless platform like lifts allows you to get into the fun with initial bulb purchase. There's a reason that Philips Hue products and systems are so popular. Competitors may outdo them in a metric like brightness and color vibrance, at least with the A19 Hue bulbs, but no one comes close to matching the awe-inspiring flexibility of this system. It produces beautiful lights and effects, and unbelievable responsiveness, and has enough potential for creative uses that I could devote an entire book to it. That's going to do it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and give us a big thumbs up. If you guys have any suggestions on what we should do on our next video, please leave it in the comment below. And see you guys in the next one.